everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all must be doing fine. And today, what we're going to discuss about is how I got my first internship. What were some of the key learnings during that whole internship period? And also, there are a few tips that you all should definitely follow before applying to your first internship. So, yeah, also, if you are here and if you like my content, then do make sure that you subscribe to this channel, share it amongst your friends, and yeah, let's get started with this video. Okay, so let's discuss first about how I got my first internship because a lot of people are also requesting for this video. So yeah, let's start with that, and in the middle I'll be also giving you a few of the tips that I followed and that actually helped me wherever I'll be applying. Wherever I did apply, these were few of the tips that I made sure and I kept in my mind, and they actually proved to be very healthy and they proved very successful for me. So yeah, let's get to the first. So folks, I also did a poll on my Instagram profile asking if I should, if I should do my first internship video or if I should do an offline meetup video, which I recently attended, a mini vlog kind of thing. So which most of the people replied for my first internship, and that's why this video is here. So if you also want more such updates, you can go and connect with me on my Instagram and on my other social media profiles, the links to which are in the description box below. Okay, so to start off, I worked as a technical community development intern at a startup. That startup was mainly focused on promoting emerging technologies and actually helping students get over them. So I got my first internship in my second year. I think when when the lockdown condition was imposed, and so during this COVID breakdown, I got my first internship, and that was also actually the peak time when I started learning more about communities, how we can contribute to different communities, and why it is very important to be active here, to be active with this particular tech area and everything. So I got my first internship through LinkedIn. So those days I was very active on LinkedIn. I had a good profile. What I actually think of my profile is that it was a decent and it was a basic profile. I didn't have a lot of achievements. So no, I had a very basic but a decent profile on LinkedIn. And I was very active on that medium at that time. So what happened gradually was that one day I saw a post by one of the community person from the startup, and that was a hiring post that they're hiring some interns for community development. And until then I had a good fair amount of experience working with communities, but it was mostly with volunteering initiatives. So I thought, when I had a look over the startup about what exactly their aim was and everything. So I kind of felt myself quite attracted to the aim of the startup, and I thought it could be a good opportunity for me to explore this whole other area as well. Working with startup is definitely a good opportunity, as you've also heard of it, right? So that's how I was attracted to this opportunity. So what happened next was that the person who made that post, I reached out to him on his LinkedIn DMs, and so I was already his connection. So I reached out to him and he said that you can, drop out your resume or your curriculum vitae, anything that can actually tell us about you, to my mail ID, and he gave me his mail ID. So things were going pretty decentish until now. I was like, okay, I have to do this. I already had a resume, but I tweaked it with different changes because this was the first time I was applying to an internship, right? So that's how the things were actually changing a little bit. So I tweaked my resume with a little bit of updates and everything. And the one thing that I very avidly remember is that when I was sending over my resume over the mail, I made sure that I prepared a big template message with my introduction first, and with what are the qualities that I possess and what are the qualities that are actually needed for this role, and why should I be the person that they should hire. So these are the few things that I mentioned in that message. message. If okay, so this is also the resume which I used at the time when I was applying for my first internship. For some reason, I would not be able to show you the exact message that I attached with this. But if you want to know how I applied for the first internship, more specifics about my resume and the message that I used, I can definitely create another video for it. So what you can do in that case is make sure you comment out in the video below if you want something similar, and I would love to shoot that for you. So that was how I applied for this internship. So what happened next was, after a few days, I got a call from that person to whom I sent over my resume and everything. That was a very impromptu call, and he said, you have been shortlisted from the resume round, and now I have a few questions that I want to ask you. So actually, that was an impromptu interview taken on that phone call. But since I knew about my thing, I knew about what I was applying to, and I was very much confident about that whatever I had, it was truly honest. So I was honest with myself as well. So I think I did a very good job in that interview, being that impromptu. So I did a good job. I answered almost all the questions. He asked pretty basic questions about what is my understanding of community, what is my understanding of their startup and everything, and pretty basic questions about the community stuff. So I was truly my answers were truly honest. Whatever I thought of, my my first instinct about the question was my answer. So that's how it went. And I also remember that the next day of that interview, I felt sick. I was down with fever and everything. So in the evening, when I was feeling a little bit better, I asked my mom, because she had my phone, that if she got any update or something. She said no, but it's okay, like you tried your best and everything. I was like, yeah. So I said, I took my phone from her, and I was just seeing it, because the whole day I was sick, so I wasn't able to check on any updates from any other community. So when I was checking on my phone, I got a call from that person, and he said, we are very happy to select you for this internship, and yes, you have been selected. And that was the happiest moment until now, because that feeling of getting your first internship, that feeling of achieving something like this was very great. And I still feel very happy thinking about that whole experience, because firsts are always very special. So that was the story of how I got my first internship. Now, a few things for all of you. As you saw, I got my first internship through LinkedIn. So first tip is, it's very important that you stay active on the social media platforms, or I should say professional social media platforms. It can be either LinkedIn or Twitter, or even GitHub for that matter. If you want to be more active in open source and project space, be active on at least one of these social media platforms, because these professional platforms actually helps you a lot to get access to a lot of other opportunities as well. And it's important to create a self brand. The next thing would be that, whenever you are in your interview, make sure that you're confident. Don't get nervous of it. If you are getting an impromptu interview like me, definitely don't get nervous, because just be honest with yourself, just be honest with your answers, and I'm sure you will do great. And if you get an opportunity to actually schedule your interview, then make sure you select a most approachable date, but also select and fill the form as soon as possible, because that always stands up good. So these were some of the few things that I have always been doing, and yeah, these have always helped me. So yeah, folks, this was it for this video. I hope you liked it. Firsts are always special for everyone. So make sure you actually tag me up with your first internship experience, or your first internship story. And yeah, I would be happy to hear it. I hope you liked it. If you did, make sure you all give me a big fat thumbs up, and please do subscribe to my channel as well. And I'll meet you soon. Bye.